Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Philip Diaz. As always, with me are the Knights of the Working Class to my left, Brandon Whaley to my right, Dylan Alstein. Dylan, what's the first thing we're going to talk about today?
Today, we're going to talk about a topic that I brought up on an app called Chatham that I got in the Apple App Store.
Some sort of conversation starter.
It is a conversation
just weird questions, first date type
application
stuff. You probably get this app a lot at like conferences when when people are meeting each other for the first time in groups. They're like, "Hey, let's play a game."
Absolutely.
We thought it was a fun way to kind of start it off. What is the only question?
The one and only question is, what is your favorite fictional weapon?
To be fair, we probably cherry-picked that one. That is one that is definitely in our wheelhouse.
Yeah, I would agree.
Fictional weapons, I think that's not,
We might actually own a few of them.
I think, I actually know I do.
There's a possibility of this.
So, because it was your question, I'm going to let you go first and tell me what your choice is.
All right. Okay. This answer is not only based off the weapon itself, but it's based off of the person who uses the weapon and how much I am very into the fictional character who uses the weapon.
Okay.
The weapon is Iron Man's suit.
All right. That's.
And I just Iron Man is my favorite. Not only my favorite superhero, but he's probably Tony Stark is probably one of my favorite.
But when you just think about the gear, I mean, you get a lot of mileage out of that.
Oh yeah.
You get. I mean, what are you getting with
you
that?
get Jarvis.
You're getting Jarvis.
You're getting Jarvis.
So it comes Siri capable.
So it comes with an amazing operating system.
Yeah.
Is what
You
you're
have
saying.
a friend too.
Yeah.
That's right.
You can. I love the idea of flying and going wherever you want to
It's
go.
transportation.
Yeah.
Not only can you kill someone with it, it's a great way to get the groceries.
It's incredibly destructive. I don't know, however, whether or not I would have to take on the idea of Tony Stark's.
If you had to have the suit, would you have to have the heart condition?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, no, because there's the Iron Man suit.
Okay.
War
then
Machine.
There's War Machine.
The War Machine suit, and he's fine.
Yeah.
That is true. But War Machine doesn't come with Jarvis.
Also true.
That is true.
That is also true. So yeah, obviously, like the Mark 7 or the Mark 5, one of those like the standard suits, pretty badass.
Yeah. So
I like that a lot. Mm-hmm. That is an excellent choice. Do you have something that comes to mind, or?
I'm gonna go with the simple answer.
The simple answer.
Yeah, the simple answer would be for me the photon phaser.
From what?
I think the original photon phaser.
Is it from a movie or like just in like Star Trek?
Well,
like
I remember
phaser?
it being in Duke Nukem. I think there was a photon phaser.
All right. Yeah, nice.
I don't know.
Wow. Somebody went to the back catalog.
Yeah, I think
chew bubble gum.
Yeah. I think that I think that was like one of the first weapons you got in Duke Nukem was the photon phaser.
So kind of like your standard blaster.
It was a light.
Yeah.
It was a light.
Yeah.
It was a light.
Like
it was a laser.
a laser gun.
It was a laser
like
gun.
a laser gun.
But it had a great name, the photon phaser.
Yeah, that is a great name. And if you think about it, throughout like all fictional history, there's that gun. There's that weapon.
Yeah.
That weapon is it's Star Trek, it's Star
Wars. It's in everything.
It's every piece of fiction. That
laser tag. For a child, for me playing laser tag, like I always pretended I had a photon phaser.
I think the one thing you young kids today may have missed was laser tag, because laser tag
was like the it was like playing paintball in your house, but no mess.
Very true. I didn't have it, but I had a friend who had it.
Everybody had a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
I never had it either.
It was not it was an investment. Like you had the vest,
the helmet,
the hats.
Yeah.
There was a brief TV show that was connected with this for a short time.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, this was like some
there was actually laser tag tournaments and stuff too that you could go to. It was like
mall.
serious. It was serious.
That's right.
It was all mall
I did not do any of that, but I wanted to. Had I been able to, I think I would have been very much down with the laser tag community.
That's kind of why I'm sticking with the photon phaser.
I think it's classic.
It is.
It probably was further back than this.
No,
But I think of
it's like the 50s and 40s.
yeah, that's what I was.
It was in a lot of black and white stuff.
Yeah,
back then,
I'm
so.
sure. What is it like? Buck Rogers.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying. Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon.
Old.
Yep.
Gordon. Yes. Thank you. I'm glad you did that note because I can't hold that. It's all good, man. All right. I guess that leaves me. I guess that leaves it to me. To me. I was going to say the Batarang.
You were.
For obvious reasons because I'm a huge fan of the Batman. But I think I'm going to change it and go with the gravity gun.
There you go.
The gravity gun from Half-Life. I think in day-to-day work is probably going to be your most efficient weapon.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, man, the fridge is super dirty back there. All right, I got it. You know what I mean? Like, your friends, can you help me move? You're the only person on the planet who has a gravity gun. Will you help me move?
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, I will. So that, I think, in the cost, the day-to-day time that gun's going to save me. And the idea of throwing a toaster at someone, it sounds very appealing.
Yeah,
I agree.
So that was an excellent question. I wish I could thank someone for that. We do not have sponsors as of yet, but I would like to thank the person who created that app.
Yeah. Chatham's.
Chatham's.
sounds like a candy bar.
It does. It does sound like a candy bar. It definitely sounds like a candy bar. The reason why I like that commercial, sorry, not that commercial, that question, is because it leads us kind of to our next topic. The last time we got together, we were talking about The Last of Us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not breaking new ground here, but I will suggest that there is a recent article to come from NPR that focuses on that game. And
What is NPR, Phil?
what is NPR? NPR is it's the radio station that Big Bird listens to. Because they both get their funding from the same place.
Yes.
But there was
National
a great
Public Radio.
Thank you. The National. See what I was doing? Stolen. But I'm a big NPR fan. The article was interesting because it was talking about a game that we were talking about.
NPR is funded by you.
It is.
It's completely funded by you.
Alas, not me.
Yeah.
But it is funded by others. But I thought it was interesting because it was so late in that game's lifetime. And people were still talking about it.
Oh yeah,
and we were because
yeah.
For us it's new, but
it's for me it's kind of interesting that this was a topic that we chose where the game has been out over a year,
right?
And NPR chose the same topic that we were already discussing.
Yeah, it just goes to show you.
Are we breaking ground here? I think
we're breaking something.
We're breaking something.
But it just goes to show you the longevity of that title.
Yeah.
And because it was a look back, what I wanted to start talking about was the road ahead.
Oh yeah.
I am waiting for my PlayStation Batman Arkham Knight edition coming soon.
When is that coming in?
That is released June 23rd, I believe.
Oh, it's right around the corner.
Right around the corner. Very, very,
it's like a
very, very
small
close.
child waiting for Christmas now.
You have no idea.
June 23rd is.
Brandon, what do I call that? This particular iteration of the PlayStation 4?
Hanukkah?
No, but what do I call this particular iteration?
He calls the PlayStation 4 that he intends on purchasing.
The drum roll, please.
Yes.
Is the oh gosh, now
It's
I
the
can't
Bat Station.
It's the Bat.
It is the
How
Bat
could you
Station. It
forget
is the
that?
Bat
How could you-
Station.
Listen, if you have a Batman edition PlayStation,
Yes.
it's the Bat Station.
I do
don't
agree.
listen. I don't make up these rules.
Rightfully
This shit
so.
is canon.
Yeah.
So that's the one that I'm getting. So I will officially be thrown into what I guess is now current gen.
Yes.
Yep.
Right. It's no longer next gen. I think we can get on board with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what else do I have What else do I have to look forward to? I'm really into this particular series. The Arkham Knight series has been brilliant.
Yes.
But what else is there right now on the next gen?
If you're a sports,
What am I looking for?
If you're a sports player, if you're a sports game player, and I think I'm the only one that can speak for us on this one.
I'm gonna say that you're gonna lead the charge.
Yeah.
But I will say that I do love Fight Night.
Yeah.
I think EA makes a damn fine sporting game.
Yeah.
And I'm really into probably a little Madden.
A little bit of Madden.
A little Madden. I know that there's got to be a huge Madden.
I think the last sports game I played was NBA Jam. That's how far back I'm going right now.
Good for you because it was probably the best.
NBA Jam was amazing, man.
I love that. From downtown. He's on fire. So yeah, but that's a great game.
And
so specifically, what sporting games?
You saying Madden?
I said Madden.
Madden is the game that I was going to
what are they improving in Madden over the years? What are the improvements that are?
Why should I keep doing it?
Yeah.
Why do I keep choking the
from 2014 to 2015? Every year there's a new version of Madden. But what are they changing in the game? I know we get new players, but what are they actually changing in the game?
So for instance, let's kick back 3-4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Prior to those 3 or 4 years, the things that Madden was doing, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, obviously, or people could disagree with me, but in my opinion, what Madden was doing was just improving on graphics and improving on, maybe a little bit of gameplay here and there.
New engines, creating the games and stuff like that.
Lately, these new engines have been kicking
looking
in,
amazing,
and they've been looking pretty good. They need to work on a lot of the physics in it still, I think.
What is the most current iteration of Madden right now?
Madden 15.
Have you played it?
Yeah, I owned it and I just traded it back, actually.
Owned it? Past tense?
Owned, past tense.
You no longer own it?
I no longer own Madden 15. I had it for the Xbox One.
Okay, understood.
I also had it for the PS4, actually. Okay. Now that I say that. I like the game. I've always liked Madden. However, in these past 4 years or so, they've decided to add, because of how important and how drastic changes need to be made for online.
Yes.
And people playing against each other. It's not only people playing against each other online anymore. Madden has added so many different features to the game that just kind of push all the things that Madden used to be known for out of the way.
Yeah.
They've focused so hard on. They've added into the game, believe it or not, a social media aspect.
The game's gone meta.
And the game's gone meta.
Yeah.
And it has. And it's disappointing, but you can still play it for the gameplay. The game's still fun.
Yeah.
And the main reason I look forward to the games because I like to see what the new kids on the block look like in the game. That's
Is it money well spent? Are you going to buy the next one? How about that? Are you going to buy the next one?
I'm definitely not gonna buy it.
Okay, alright. Well,
I think that's how every player is for that game. They're gonna buy the next one.
You have to.
But I want to do something crazy with the game, and this is something that I just started thinking about.
Right.
I was like, why not have little side games like you play as Hernandez and you go on a shooting spree, or Deflategate. You know what I'm saying? I know it'd be awful to do, but my God, having that code to go into something weird like that.
I agree.
Everybody, think about it.
I don't think Madden's gonna get the license.
No, not for that one. No.
But what I do see them doing is, and not necessarily you're going and shooting people, which going completely Grand Theft Auto with it, but I do see them
NFL San Andreas
basketball, the 2K15 that I have, and their franchise modes take you through obstacles and things like that, and morale, very similar to what you see in Mass Effect and things like that.
That's cool.
I do see Madden taking...
Okay, that's interesting.
That's kind of cool.
That's kind of interesting.
I do see Madden taking a route kind of like that, where you do run into issues that. Like, hey... A teammate of yours is...
I mean, they should.
Adding a social component.
They should add a social
like
an
RPG.
You're going to rack in a whole bunch of more... a more diverse group of...
imagine the online gameplay, though. Say, you've got a quarterback who gets injured riding a motorcycle.
Okay.
And that gets fed into the game for the real-life online version. So they're constantly updating the game.
Yeah.
They would never have to change... you would never have to have a new version each year. You just constantly update what's actually going on.
It's funny you should say this.
I'm waiting for that to happen.
That would be amazing.
As I understand it, this could be complete bullshit. This is just probably the rumor mill. But I had heard that they were in talks to make. It's not. The game would be a subscription based format.
Okay.
And then you would just get continuous updates.
Gotcha.
So you're not, the software really isn't changing.
No,
but you're getting
updates are.
the updates are. So you've got that disc, and then it's like the Netflix.
DLCs.
There are people who only play Madden. Like I know I got a lot of my friends who are like they own a system, and they got 2 games. They got Madden and COD.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Well, it's like this is kind of like
and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not that's what you do. That's what you love. I respect that.
This is kind of like a far stretch, but the new Mortal Kombat game that came out.
Yes.
The big thing about the game is you get to play as Jason Voorhees right now.
Yes. And Jason is a badass.
Well,
I'm hearing the crowds are loving him.
The crowd is completely loving it, and one of the amazing things about the factor of the game is that there's a lot of horror fans that are loving the fact that Jason Voorhees is now in the game Mortal Kombat.
You know this about me. I'm constantly amazed about the audience for horror. It's so huge.
There's a huge cult following for it, man. I mean, example. I just watched It Follows. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's a very low budget horror movie. It's been going around the circuit. I loved it.
It's a short film?
No, it's like an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. It's a full film.
Isn't that a movie about a sexually transmitted disease?
It is, but the killer is what follows you. So the whole goal is you have to sleep with the next person, and then the killer follows that person.
Oh.
Yeah. And if that person gets killed off, the killer then comes back after you. So you're constantly having to sleep around. The whole premise behind the movie was insane.
That sounds like the world's worst date movie.
It does. Well, I tell you what, I was like, after watching it, I was like, I'm wrapping it up.
There you go.
I am wrapping it up.
Or like Christianity's worst.
Worst
try.
I think 20 years from now,
oh my God,
20 years from now, this horror movie is going to be in all schools as it's
going to be
as a sex ed video kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But huge following on it, and it costs nothing to make this movie.
There we go. Well, that's the nature of horror movies. I think when you look at some of your favorite directors, when you look back, some of their first movies, some of their student films, what they cut their teeth on is horror.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to belittle horror by saying that it's easy. What I will say is that it's probably easier than like saying doing a well done comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
a
you
well
have to do
done
is scare someone.
Yeah. So there's those emotions are easier to bring to the surface.
Yeah.
So from a filmmaking standpoint, I think those are
because everybody knows what scares somebody.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Well, it's all about like upping the ante now to scary movies, horror movies. It's
or reaching as close to reality as you can.
Yeah.
Okay, by a show of hands, who here likes scary movies? Like, who's into the horror genre?
I love them.
I know you're a big fan. You are too. Okay, so I'm not.
I love.
So I know it is something that I'm trying to get more into. It is my cinema. Like,
here's what you need to do. There's 2 directors right now, and they work together. You need to watch their movies. They've only made a few movies.
Maybe people will make some comments.
They
feedback.
They go by the Savage Brothers.
Okay,
I completely endorse. The
I've seen the
Brothers
classics. Like
everybody has.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I've seen
You're forced to as a child to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's just like I saw all the Scream movies, but those never scared me. And it's not so much
they were
that
good writing though. The writing.
I enjoyed those movies, but I think there was a pop culture kind of veneer over them that made them very digestible and easy to watch. I think what I've discovered, and we've mentioned this a little bit before, is that it's not so much that I think I don't like horror. I don't think I like gore porn.
Okay.
Some of it is. Some of it is. Not all of it.
I do not like gore porn.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Favorite horror movie?
Right now.
Doesn't have to be all time.
My Insidious is still one of my favorites.
Insidious?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm right there with you.
Really?
Yes.
It's an amazing movie.
That movie was very scary.
Okay. Give me a brief synopsis of that film.
It's about transcending. It's about OBEs, out of body experiences. It's entering a realm where
this is a horror
through dream.
Okay.
You have to be asleep for this.
It's through dream.
Okay.
I mean, that's how OBEs work. It's through dream. You go to sleep and your body physically transcends to another place. That's the whole idea. So their souls basically get lost
in the ether
of what's going on, and it's mind-boggling what you see. You see lost souls, you see demons, Insidious was an amazing movie.
Yeah, it was. The second one was not very good.
No, it wasn't very good at all.
So there's a sequel.
There's a third one coming out.
So not only is there but I have to see the first one.
You don't actually
the other ones.
Don't see
the first one.
Actually, I think you have seen the first one.
Have I?
I think you watched it at my house. I believe you did.
All right.
I'm always forcing horror movies on you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you need to. That's what We're big movie fans. I know you are. We all saw Avengers.
Absolutely.
I think it's good to watch a movie and not like it, or to watch a movie that's like completely out. Like, you know, I like comedies, I like actions, I like sci-fi, I like anything with a cape.
Do you see a lot of
big fan of
comedies in
anything,
theater, or you wait till they come out?
I do tend to wait.
Yeah.
But I saw Chef in the theaters.
Yeah.
Because that had a bit of a Latin influence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was. Are you familiar with the film?
I'm not.
Okay. A great little piece. I think maybe kind of indie about a Brett Ferver.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that is his name. Jeff Ferver.
Yeah. It's well, you went Brett Favre.
Brett Favre. Yeah, I did Brett Favre.
You still got Madden on the mind, I guess.
I guess so. But it's John Leguizamo. It's John Leguizamo, Sofia Vergara, the director of Iron Man.
A producer.
Producer.
Well, he directed the first two. Producer.
And his name is.
It's Favre. I don't know. I don't remember.
Is it John
Favre?
John Favre.
Yeah.
All right, I'm saying that right.
Not to be confused with Brett Favre.
That's what I was doing.
He's not doing films yet that we know.
God, I hope not.
God, listen. One more hit and he'll be cashing in.
He did something about Mary. He was
of course,
and
I believe he does underwear commercials. Short little indie film about a chef who kind of a brilliant chef who gets down on his luck and it's the climb up. That is I don't know why we're still talking about that film, but
maybe because of Sophia.
Because obviously
that's the
Sophia.
only reason I want to talk about the film, to be honest with you.
It was that's a film that I really like.
Yeah.
We totally railed off subject there.
We went way off subject.
It's all right.
We went from video games to movies.
That's how it works. It's called the round.
And that's right. Going full circle. Well, I think that's a good place to end that right there.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right, good.